Always, guys, respect the pump. I respect the pump in all assets. Why? Because it's kind of like karma. You know, the power of the pump always comes back to you if you respect the pump of other people.
GM, and welcome back to the channel. In this one, we have the reaction here to the Fed 50 basis point rate cut yesterday, and broadly what we can see from markets here with the SP 500 on screen here, big gap up. Financial markets have liked what they've heard, seen, and dot plots, etc. So this is the S&P 500, brand new all-time high here. We then have Bitcoin, $63,297 as we're filming. Major area here coming in around 64, 65K. If we break above this, we have a new higher high in this trend. We've had the first major higher low here. And if we can push a higher high, definite trend reversal in my mind. And we have a regime change in terms of interest rates backing this all up here. So pretty interesting stuff. Don't fight the Fed has been on my mind for quite some time here. And what we're going to see likely as well is the dollar break through this support here, which it's been playing with a little bit here. It's at 101 right now. We're expecting some follow through some point in the future here to add to the confluence of factors for the crypto bull market. Let's just roll through some of these charts though real quick. Pretty crazy. Sol is up 140. Sol ETH is at resistance again, but pushing up nicely here. As you can see from that chart, Solana versus Ethereum looks pretty dope. Once again, people were writing Sol off yesterday, and now it's pushed on up. I'm not sure if that was like Singapore / breakpoints, cringe behavior. Obviously, the market typically dumps people who would be bidding said coin at the conference, you know, pissing it up, etc. Thought that was interesting. We've got a whiff here. Whiff at 172. Nice move up. Popcat leading the charge again. 90 cents, been as high as 94 earlier today. The likes of Phantom up big as well. 63 cents. You've got Tau pushed up nicely again. 372. And Camino here. The Camino chart looks rather incredible to me. So that is the Aave of Sol. Big interest in this, and it's really starting to push up, and I think the party starts above this kind of key level, previous all-time high. When this breaks out, I think this can move quite a lot because it's still a low market cap. Yes, quite high FTV, but I think that's a mover. And we've also got Sui down here as well, 135. Looking really good. If you caught any of the coins, they've been doing super, super well. Things like Saga. This, again, one of those VC coins people love to hate, but this has pushed up tremendously since the last 2 days from like 150 to 234, which is making me feel like we are so back territory when we're having huge opportunities and big moves from the altcoins broadly across the markets. Extract here from Web3 Quant market updates. Global liquidity is trending higher. Gold at all-time highs. US stock markets are on the verge of all-time high. They've now posted a new all-time high. This was, I think, the newsletter from a couple of days back. USD making lows. All of these are suggestive of meaningful moves higher for crypto. And he says crypto never takes a linear path like these mature assets above, but when the moves do come, they come in bursts. They play catch up swiftly in both directions. James from Invest answers, S&P 500 smashes another new all-time high. Remember, as fiat goes to zero, it floats all boats. And this is just a mad chart. Global financial crisis zooms on up. COVID-19 crisis zooms on up. We had the bear market, moves up again. Even with all the worries, concerns, etc., wars, having a stake and having skin in the game in financial markets is so obvious when you look at the charts. It's something you must have to keep ahead. Now, in terms of FOMC takeaways, this was Alex Kruger's take. He says, look, the Fed's finally begun its largely anticipated easing cycle. And Jerome Powell used the term cutting cycle as well yesterday. So this is a sequence of events unfolding. And he says it seems it has found the highly elusive sweet spot. He's delivered a 50 basis points jumbo cut. This quietened fears of those thinking that the Fed is behind the curve. And also, just by forecasting a further 50 for the remainder of 2024, it signaled that they're in control and they're not in reactionary mode. So Jerome has steered the ship well. I've been repeating like a broken clock for the last year and a half that the US economy is doing well because it is, and this is crucial for risk assets. So essentially you're saying if there was a recession fear, stocks go down, obviously would affect crypto. But if there's no real recession fear and you're having cuts whilst the markets and whilst the economy is strong, then you're going to have potentially that banana zone territory occur. And he says this is bullish for Bitcoin as well, but path dependent on who wins the election. I think that's a debate for a different day. We'll leave that for the moment, but I don't think that affects the overall Bitcoin cycle. Yes, it'll probably stifle some innovation and not be as bullish if Kamala wins versus Trump, but we do have like 45 days to wait until that. So I think in this meantime here, play ball. Now I have added a little bit to my QUIL bag, Equilibrium here. I think the party starts above 29 cents. Break above here and we're going to be off to the races for this thing. Full piece on BLOCMATES, which is a free piece to read. This was institutional grade research from 563 DeFi. Look at just the image here. Bitcoin, a framework for decentralized value transfer. Then we have Ethereum, a framework for financial applications. But Equilibrium is a framework for all decentralized applications. Think about it. If you wanted to have privacy preserving social applications, messaging applications, that kind of thing, without the fear of being shut down by governments or having people be able to extract your information and what you're talking about. If you want to have end-to-end encryption, Equilibrium is the platform for this kind of stuff to be built. And for any wide array of use cases, QUIL could be an absolute machine. Messaging, social, file storage, video streaming, web hosting, a lot of stuff. Do check out QUIL, and this article here is a free one to read. It's a great read by 563 there. Quick look at the biggest gainers. We have Popcats, Say, Tau, Celestia, Beam, Whiff, FET, Thorchain, AVAX, Stacks, Sui. Just so much stuff up double-digit percentage gains and some huge moves. And obviously the alien asset being Popcat here. BitTens are doing really well, but look, on the weekly, 40% up. Celestia's up 46% going into a major unlock, I believe, next month as well. Pretty interesting stuff. And apparently the hat well and truly stays on, and Gemini believes that too. So this was interesting. Whiff is now available to trade on Gemini via their application, and they put together this edit here. Let's just listen into this.
There is no second best. There is no second best crypto asset.
I'm gonna fucking sell this.
I love the dog and I love the hat.
So that now trading on Gemini, opening up to a wider audience. Thought that was pretty hilarious. The hat seemingly stays on, although out of favor for many. You can see whilst things are quiet, the price is going up. So I think that bodes well for Whiff. Inauguration day. This is a Tapioca piece here written by Mats. Essentially what this is saying, testnet is coming soon. Very soon. Jump into their Discord to stay up to date as to when that occurs. And there will be a huge incentive for utilizing the testnet. Around 105,000 Tapioca tokens up for grabs. Plus, you will get access to a call option to buy discounted TAP as well, which is super interesting. And if you do participate, you get a Make DeFi Great Again hat as well. So again, this one fallen out of favor in terms of attention. If we just think about, will this have attention in the future versus, look, it had its attention, bit of a stalled failed launch. V1.1 is now coming. Testnet is about to go live for people, and then mainnet afterwards. So I imagine the fact the price is down here is due to the fact, obviously, attention has moved away from this. But will attention return? There's going to be a testnet and then mainnet launch. The answer, in my opinion, is yes, and attention equals price in today's economy. So thought that was interesting. Going to add to this position here as well. So there's our Bitcoin chart going into Friday tomorrow. Looks pretty healthy thus far. Hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.